This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. During tax season, your personal info travels to a lot of places. Between payroll, your tax consultant, and the IRS. If your W-2 gets exposed, that's just the ticket for identity thieves. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
Lez hang out. Let's hang out. And let's talk about what Lez is about. Let's hang out. And let's listen to two lesbians shout. Let's hang out. Lez hang out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Lez Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Leigh Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the Lesdom.
This week in the Lesdom is a place where we can touch base each episode about things going on with the podcast or otherwise. In season 8, we are releasing Patreon bonus episodes still. Our last one was on Dick's Musical, and our next one will be on Amelia Perez. In the greater Les universe, we had a huge night for queer women and women in general at the Grammys. Chappell Roan won Best New Artist. Doechii also won for Best Rap Album. We had all kinds of amazing queer representation at the Grammys this year. It was a time. I also like to shout out Bitchcraft, which is a new super, super gay lesbian musical. It tells the story of the musical artist Bitch, who was the opening act for the Indigo Girls, and Annie DeFranco, all quite gay. It's an autobiographical story of her life, feminist awakening, and it's very, very, very gay. Also, I'm obsessed. Bitchcraft is an incredible name. Nicole Kidman is also having Lesbians Everywhere dying with her look for the red carpet that people are calling lesbian boyfriend chic. Yes, Nicole, get it. Also, if you have not seen Baby Girl, it's a wild ride. You should watch. That's all I'm going to say. With that, back to you, Ellie and Leigh. Thanks, Ellie and Leigh, and welcome to our 142nd installment of Should Have Been Gay.
Oh, it was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
And in this week's episode, what is this feeling so sudden and new?
Are you rewriting it? I felt the
No.
moment I laid eyes on you.
I was waiting for you.
I just sang for you, Leigh.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't leave me hanging. How dare you?
What is this feeling?
What is this feeling? We are gonna have a hell of an episode. I'm so excited. We've been waiting for this moment to arrive in our lives, and it is here. And we are excited to share it with none other than one Amanda Holland, who you all know and love from all sorts of stuff. From past episodes, you know her as an award-winning comedy writer and filmmaker. You know her from chronically online mid-2010s BuzzFeed videos and the show Drunk Lesbians Watch and Girlship TV, which is now Fruity TV. From everything. And also, hi, Amanda. Hi.
Hello. I'm here.
Yay. I know. You couldn't see this, listeners, but when we said 142, Amanda was like, whoa. Because, yes, it's been a lot of freaking episodes. You
Yeah.
are correct.
Congrats. That's crazy.
It is a wild. And because I was trying to think before we got on here, we should have looked this up. You were on this Should Have Been Gay for Frozen.
Yes.
And I don't remember what number that was.
I will say that we are tracking a film that is somewhat similar to Frozen with the same actress from the original Broadway show.
True.
And then also
Adina.
the voice of Elsa.
Frozen was our 36th Should Have Been Gay. Back in 2019.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Also, fun fact about the Frozen episode, and I don't know if you know this, Amanda. I don't remember if we told you this. I lost my audio for that episode. So I listened to you and Leigh, and I pretended I was there.
That was from that episode?
Yes.
I remember when that happened. Yeah, Ellie Ellie texted me afterwards and she was like, I have never felt so insane because we didn't even have a track of what she said. So she was like,
I don't know how it happened.
Wow.
She was like, I just played the episode and then I just like filled in as best I could.
I tried to like remember what I said. Like you
it was
guys
only
would just
like the first.
It was not the
half.
whole
It was
episode.
like the first
yeah,
half.
It wasn't the whole episode. But I was like, oh, there's a laugh here. I must have said something funny. So I'm like, okay, say something funny.
And that's, well, you could have really tricked us there. You could have just written in anything.
I know.
Right?
You would have had to laugh
And-
anyways.
And we've had moments, like we've had times where the audio, like we lost our good audio and we had sort of like the backup and we've re-recorded. I think both of us have done this where you've like gone back in and just tried to re-record yourself on the good mic basically to like just say what you said. And you sound, you do feel crazy because you're like, well, I laughed here. And you're like,
By yourself.
and you have to try to
Fully
match
by
the
yourself.
vibe.
Yeah.
You're matching the energy and vibe, even though you're in a room by yourself talking to no one and you're sort of listening to what you said first and then re-recording it. But Ellie had to do it just with nothing.
Yeah,
just
with me
inventing.
guessing. I mean, at least I was guessing like what I myself might have said. Like, I was
Right,
like,
yeah.
what
Yeah.
would I have done in this situation? But yeah, it was quite it has never happened since.
Welcome
Okay.
to Behind the Scenes of Podcasting, everyone, with Amanda Holland.
Woo!
Sorry, Amanda, what were you gonna say?
I don't remember.
Great. So sorry.
It's okay.
Is it you can't wait to talk about Wicked with us?
That is what I was going to say.
I knew it.
sit here in my shiz hat. I've never been a Stanley Cup girl, but when they released that Elphaba Cup, I was like, I gotta have it.
Incredible.
So you have it.
My lovely, beautiful girlfriend got it for me, even though I couldn't find it anywhere. She found it.
Wow.
Wow.
But the consumer,
That's love.
I know. The consumerism of this film really, really got me.
Oh, it's a lot.
I have so many things. I have like other things too that are not just those two items.
We'd like everyone to know that Amanda's on camera right now in a shiz dad hat, and there's just, there's pride in the merch.
Yeah.
That's all.
Mhm. This episode sponsored by Wicked's merch.
Sponsored by Shiz University.
Shiz University.
Here's the thing. Also, discerning listeners might remember that before we did Should Have Been Gay 36 on Frozen, we did Should Have Been Gay 17 on Wicked.
Yes.
Years ago,
On the
we
musical.
did an episode
of
on the
course.
musical Wicked.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But at the time, so that was 2018. I'm gonna guess that episode is probably 30 minutes long, maybe
Yeah,
max, because we used to do much shorter Should Have Been Gays. And so there are a number of our early Should Have Been Gay episodes that Ellie and I constantly are like, we should bring it back. Like, just do it again, like do another one. What a gift to also get a 6.5 hour long movie as an excuse to go back around and talk some more about Wicked, and now get to talk about so much more, just so much more than just the musical or just the book or fan fiction or whatever. We're ready. We're so ready.
So ready. Do you want to hit us with the IMDb synopsis, Lee?
I do. I love it. The IMDb synopsis for Wicked, the 2024 film, is as follows. Elphaba, a misunderstood young woman because of her green skin, and Galinda, a popular girl, become friends at Shiz University in the land of Oz. After an encounter with the wonderful Wizard of Oz, their friendship reaches a crossroads.
Wow.
Did you guys maybe do it in 2018 because we were supposed to get the Wicked movie in 2019, but we got Cats instead?
It's quite possible.
I
We're
don't
like, the
even
Wicked
think
movie's
we
coming.
did, but that's
And it's like 10 years
amazing.
later.
That's
I'm just saying.
so funny.
I feel like the world, there would have been a shift in the world if we had actually gotten Wicked instead of Cats in 2019. But we probably wouldn't have gotten Ariana
Yeah.
Grande. So, you take some, you lose some.
Exactly. Okay, well, we need to do our
The-
gay synopsis, but I have a question. Wait, I have a question for you. Who do you think would have been cast in 2019?
I don't know. I don't know if they would have been smart enough to cast actual musical theater people like they did this time around, we might have gotten some like bullshit like Russell Crowe as the wizard, like something stupid like that.
Like
Oh, 100%.
Les Mis.
Yeah.
Hugh
With-
Jackman as Fiero.
Well, you know that Leah Michelle probably actually Leah Michelle might have ended up being Elphaba.
No.
You think it's
Yeah.
2019?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Or do you think they would have done a Dina and Kristen, like, and just been like, fuck it?
Kind of like they did for Rent when they're supposed to be like 20 somethings, but they all
Yes.
look 40.
And you know what?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I know. Wouldn't change a thing. Kind of like they
Except
did for
for-
Mamma Mia, where that character is supposed to be in like her 30s or 40s and Meryl Streep's in her 60s.
Yes. Yes. Donna and her youthful energy. Yes. You're correct. But here we go. Let's do our gay synopses. I mean, anyone listening to this episode, you know Wicked's gay, but like, why is Wicked gay? Amanda, hit us with your gay synopsis.
A black cat girlfriend and her Chihuahua blonde girlfriend meet at college for the first time and spark up a relationship. It's enemies to lovers. I didn't come prepared for the synopsis, but
Honestly,
No, I think it's
you're-
great. It's
It's
perfect.
great. I'll tell you something. I have nothing in my brain either. I'm just gonna go off
Do
the
it.
bat.
Okay.
Wait, hit us, Ellie.
Okay.
Hit
All right,
us.
here we go. This is my freshman year of college. when when I just really thought I loved having sleepovers with my best friends. And then I realized, oh, I like them doing my makeup because they're close to my face. And that is what Wicked was giving. Also, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. I mean, we will talk about the press tour and everything, but this is giving like theater kids, and they get way too close during Hell Week.
yes.
But their Hell Week was
Yeah.
like 4 years long. So those are my thoughts. That's just what happened in my brain. Anything else,
Incredible.
Lee?
Here's what I said for my gay synopsis for Wicked. I said, 2 closeted magical dykes on a will they, won't they ride over the rainbow in the land of Oz, featuring a messy musical breakup cliffhanger as we desperately wait for part 2.
Wow,
Yeah.
Lee, you came prepared.
I
Yeah.
did write some words down in advance. I will say that.
But it is
Perfect.
It is very much. I mean, as someone who was in love with her roommate in college, yeah.
It hits. It hits. And like Lee said, I mean, we did the should have been gay on the musical. This movie outdid itself.
It's gay.
Yeah.
It's gayer than the musical.
It's gayer.
It's way gayer than the musical.
And the musical was already super gay.
Yeah.
Amanda, what was your experience with Wicked?
Start us at the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning of my experience with Wicked, I didn't know what it was when it came out in 2003. However, in 2004, I had a friend go to New York, see it, bring back the album to us, where I listened to it on repeat until my friend who introduced it to me got annoyed with me about it.
Sounds right.
Yep.
I knew it frontwards and backwards. I read the book, which is a wild book and has a lot more bestiality in it than you would think. And I ended up, because this was also high school for me, I ended up, reading my fair share of Elphaba and Galinda fanfic.
Which, to be fair, there is some great Wicked fanfic out
Sure.
there.
I will say that I have an image burned into seared into my mind because I had never read such hardcore fanfic, but the description of Elphaba's green vagina being fingered is like
In there.
super in my brain.
Incredible.
Just plays on a loop up there.
Yeah.
Also, because one of the last episodes we talked about a fanfic, and the writer was like, "Oh, that was me." If you wrote the Elphaba Green Vagina fanfic, hit us up.
Ellie, I love that you're saying that as though you think there's only one.
I know there's probably more than one.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
really just.
But if
You're
you
so
had
right.
one in 2004, 2005, I don't remember what website I was on because I don't.
It was fanfiction.net because
It's
AO3
gotta
wasn't
be.
around back then.
I was gonna say it's got to be because
It was either that or like a dedicated like fan site.
I think it was a fan fiction website because I didn't look. I wasn't looking on a dedicated Wicked site.
What a time. Leigh, what was your experience with Wicked?
So my experience with Wicked, actually, I read the book first. I distinctly remember when the book came out. Even as a theater kid, it's like I remember when the musical came out, but like I did not have like the huge Wicked phase in my musical theater journey. I know. Amanda, I feel like is judging me right now.
I'm
so
also
harshly.
I'm shaking my head. I mean, I don't understand
everyone
it.
is judging me, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I still, to this day, have never seen Wicked on stage. I know. But here's what I think is redeeming to me only.
We know.
I'm so sorry, Ellie. I'm going to tell this story again. So I did get into the German Stuttgart production of Wicked, Die Hexe von Oz. And that is actually most of what I know about the stage production of Wicked is from watching YouTube clips translated of Lucy Scherer of Hand aufs Herz fame. Shout out to nobody else cares about this but me. But anyways, so I went through a whole German Wicked production, and I still remember many German lyrics to these songs.
Go on.
And
Sing
That
them.
is wild.
I wish I was joking, but I could have started this episode by going, was fühle ich in mir? Was geht mir so nah? Was fühle ich in mir? Seitdem ich dich sah. Anyways.
You're like
Yeah.
You don't
so
know
it's
the-
bad. It's real bad.
Wow.
Okay. But anyways,
it's because this actress, right, who is the lead, who was Elphaba, played someone gay.
No, not
in
even
something.
Elphaba. Lucy Scherer played Galinda and played a gay character in a German soap opera called Hand aufs Herz. And I got into Hand aufs Herz to watch that relationship. And then I liked Lucy Scherer, watched a bunch of clips with her. Then I did fall in love with Wilhelmine Verkijk, who, sorry, don't at me anyone. She is the best Elphaba
Wow.
in any production
Wow.
ever. She's also the only actress to play Elphaba in 3 different languages in professional productions. Anyways.
We love.
Listen,
I
I
love how
might
you
not have
say
had
you-
my initial
I love
theater
how you
kid
say
phase
you
of this,
didn't have a phase,
but
and
when
you're
it comes back hard, okay?
Impressive, honestly.
It comes back hard to hit you. And anyways, then it came out, the movie, and I didn't see it in theaters still, but Kelsey and I did finally rent it and watch it at home, because otherwise I was like, I'm never going to see this movie. When do I have 3 hours to go to a movie theater,
I know,
Amanda?
It's okay.
Fair enough.
It's okay.
I have 2 children. I can't do it. But anyway, so that's my experience. What about you, Ellie? What?
Great experience. Honestly, thank you for sharing, Leigh. That was very sweet.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
No,
sorry, everyone.
It's okay. I mean, because I'm gonna be like, I am a huge Wicked nerd.
Hmm.
Like, it is probably, if not my favorite musical, one of my top 3. Like, I had a very similar experience to you, Amanda, where like I wore that CD out. We played it in my car all the time. So when like I was younger, and when the movie came out, I saw it so many fucking times. The first time I saw it, me and my girlfriend dressed up as Elphaba and Galinda.
Yes.
I wore full green face paint
Yes.
to the theater and was the only person even remotely dressed up. And
I love
there
that
were,
for you so
there were
much.
children there who were like, let me take a picture with you.
Aw.
It was very sweet. Also, gay. When the movie was over, my girlfriend had like a green nose. And my mom was at the theater with us. And she was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. And she took a picture of her nose. And then morning after she sent it, she was like, my favorite picture of the night of like me making out with my girlfriend and getting green on her face.
Incredible.
So if you're wondering if my mom's supportive of my
That's-
gayness.
That's such a your mom move, to be
Oh,
honest.
it was wild. I have actually a lot of hilarious Wicked movie stories. Because then I watched it with my brother. And he is the most like straight Boston man you'll ever meet. And he was like, oh, I remember all these songs because you used to listen to them. And then we watched it with Bailey's sister, Kiki. And Bailey was like, you have to see this movie. Like, it's so good, whatever, right? And Kiki's like, okay, but like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to do the sing-along version. We show up to the theater. Accidentally, we had picked a
Oh,
version
no.
that was the sing-along version. So the first time that Kiki went, she was like, but you can't sing, to me and Bailey, who both are singers and love to sing. And she's like, you can't sing. And I was like, okay, fine. We were in the theater with like one other person. Like there may be like a few people in the back who was singing under pitch the entire movie.
Oh, that hurts me.
Which is worse than if we went to a sing-along that like everyone in the theater was singing. It was just like one person.
Also, I love the commitment of that one person, though. Like,
Yeah.
incredible. Incredible to just be in an empty theater by yourself and be like, it's a
I
sing-along,
don't
though.
care. I know.
Time for a sing-along, bitches. Here we go.
Mhm.
And just do the whole
But
thing
yeah,
yourself.
I think this is probably the best movie musical to have ever come out.
Oh, yes.
I agree.
100%.
It's
Like, it's incredible.
it's a great adaptation. It's like John Chu is, well, as soon as they announced he was doing it, I thought he did an incredible job with In the Heights. And I was like,
Mhm.
I trust John Chu. Like, and he stayed so true to the source material, which I guess is also thanks to Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, who were like, no, these things need to be in.
Yes, I know.
Um,
I also got so like spun into the TikTok after of it all, where Ariana's like, "No, it's the wizard. The wizard will see you now."
Which, by the way, Stephen Schwartz really fucked that line up.
Yes. Worst
One
part
job.
of the film.
But so I also saw it in theaters 4 times. Purposely chose the sing along, but we made sure to not find an empty theater because we were going for the sing along and we wanted to make sure people were around us singing as
Yes,
well.
that's good. That's
It
good.
was so fun. Also, I had to just purchase it on Fandango, and they have the sing along on the bonus features. So,
Amazing.
Incredible.
I mean, here's the thing though. Do I
do we
need
need
the
it?
lyrics?
No.
No.
Were some of the lyrics surprising to me because I thought they said something else? Yes.
That's so funny. Wait, which ones?
I don't know if I can. I feel like there are some words that I was like, oh, that's what she's saying, and
Yeah.
I can't
Like some of the
remember.
made up words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too funny. But yeah, the sing-along version was so funny too because it was like it was like those old Disney sing-alongs where it like had the little like wand bouncing up and down on the lyrics and whatever. It was
So
wild.
here's maybe what you'll appreciate then, because my experience, I mean, listen, yes, I would love to go see it in theaters at some point, just because I think visually it is incredible, and I bet
Oh
it's
my
better
god,
on a big
it's so
screen.
good.
But try to appreciate my experience of having watched this movie once. And the person I watched it with is Kelsey, who knows less about Wicked than you would expect is possible for a human who has been alive for the last 20 years. Knows nothing about like, I probably she's heard like the girls have played Defying Gravity and Popular. I think she knew those two. But otherwise knows nothing about the show, knows nothing about the music, knows nothing about the plot, which is very interesting because I'm trying to be like, oh my god, look at all these things, all these like all the little
Like
call outs, all
Easter
the
eggs,
moments,
yeah. And
the
she's
Easter
like,
egg
"What's happening?"
choreography, all this stuff, and she's like, what are you talking about? To the point that she got mad at me for saying something about like, oh, like I made some comment about like poor Nessa, so, something with like a house is gonna land on her, and she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, Nessa, like, is her sister is the Wicked Witch of the East, and she was like, that's who the house lands on. And I was like, I know you've seen The Wizard of Oz. And I was like, yeah, that's her sister. Like, that's the whole point of the movie. They land a house on her sister. And she was like, how am I supposed to know that? And I'm like, it's her sister. I felt like the guy in that
Her
Vine where I was
sister,
like,
dog.
it's her sister. And I was like, I'm like, that's not a spoiler. Like, that's the whole premise of The Wizard of Oz is like, it's her sister. And she's like, well, how am I supposed to know that that's Nessa? And I'm like, her sister, Nessa. Who we've now met and watched for 2.5
And no,
hours.
it's
Her
her
sister.
sister.
The sister. That's her
Oh,
sister. I was like,
God.
what are we doing here? And like that's the level of like, what I was working with trying to watch the
You were doing a whole Abbott and Costello bit, apparently.
really
Yeah.
was. And I was like, I don't know how I got here. What's happening? What's happening right now? Where are we? So, it was just a different level of experience. What that experience was like.
And
It was
honestly,
fine.
watching it a bunch of times, you see something different every time. Like, I'm just obsessed.
I
It's
know,
so
'cause
good.
I just, when I was just watching it, I just realized that the reason that Nessa is has such lighter skin is because of the milkweed. And I was like, oh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, go on.
I know there's so much, but we should. Yeah, let's
where
dive
do we
into
want
the
to
gay.
start?
Mhm.
I know we're like,
We're
let's just
halfway
talk
through.
about
We're
Wicked
halfway
and
through
how
the
much
episode. Yeah, yeah.
we all
that
care about
haven't
the
even got
various parts
anything
around
gay.
it. But
Yeah.
where do we want to start? Amanda, do us the honors. Where would you like to start to talk about why Wicked should have been gay?
Oh boy, hold on. Let me look at my notes.
Yes.
Amazing.
I would like to start with the fact that it is queer in the book.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
True story.
I will say, and I have the passage here.
Did you go and look it up? I love you for this.
I took a picture of it. I have found a picture of it recently. And I don't know where this is in the book. I'm guessing it's where Elphaba's leaving, but it says, "Elphie, get in this cab. Don't be a fool," Glinda cried. The driver was adjusting the reins and yelling at Elphaba to saw it off. "You'll be all right," Elphaba said. "Now you're a seasoned traveler. This is just a return leg of the voyage you already know." She put her face against Glinda's and kissed her. "Hold out if you can," she murmured. "Go away," thing. Yeah. And kissed her again. "Hold out, my sweet."
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I would not kiss or call my friend my sweet, no
My
matter how
sweet.
much I love them.
No.
Nor does anyone else in the book ever at any point. Like, no one else interacts the way those two interact in the book. It is
Yeah.
important to highlight that. The book is gay.
Yeah.
Yes.
The book is gay. The 2003 musical is like hints at it a lot. I think that maybe we could start at what is this feeling?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Which, by the way, as I was watching it today, I realized, it's an accident that like Galinda happens to raise her hand when Madame Morrible is like, "Will anybody here volunteer to, room with Elphaba?" But how quickly that happens, I feel like we were robbed of the only one bed trope. Because
Mhm.
how did she get a
Mhm.
second bed so quickly if she was in a private suite?
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean,
Ugh.
maybe she does go through all of the Wizard and I.
Madam Morrible out here cock blocking us for sure.
Yeah, we should have gotten okay, well, you can sleep in the same bed, I guess.
Mhm. I mean, to be fair, do we knock at the same bed trope in Popular?
Kind
Mm.
of.
A little.
Like,
A little.
oh no, the whole night has gone.
They talk the whole night through.
Mhm. But it's okay. Okay, so what is this feeling? I mean, it's the fact that like, I mean, everyone was also circulating that video from like the Butch Wicked.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see this.
Yeah, so there's
Oh.
like in New York, there's this
I've
they're putting
heard of
on
it.
Butch
Yeah.
Butch
No, it's in
Wicked.
LA. I thought it was all in LA.
Oh, well, I saw one in New York too.
Oh,
I don't know,
Maybe
maybe
it's
every
spreading.
story.
They're
The
franchising.
Butch-
Look at
every
this.
story.
The Butches are spreading.
The Butches. They're coming.
But like, you do not need to change a word of that song.
No.
They do though. They change it to lusting, which I love.
Oh.
They change it to lusting. But so the thing is, I think queers have long maintained, whether you change the lyrics or not, that's a gay song.
I think it's I feel like Stephen Schwartz knew what he was doing. He
Yes.
was towing the line, and he knew that, like, what is this feeling so sudden and new? I felt the moment I laid eyes on you. My pulse is rushing. My head is reeling. My face is flushing.
What is this feeling?
Fervent as a flame. Does it have a name? Love?
it's
No. Loathing.
That I hate you.
Yeah.
Why is my heart beating so fast? It
Mhm.
must be.
Loathing.
It must be that I don't like you.
It must be enemies to lovers trope.
Mm-hmm. It's the ultimate enemies to lovers situation here.
And we see all of these times where they're battling each other in the song too. Which, by the way, I will say, the first time I watched the movie, What Is This Feeling? I didn't cry at all during the movie, but I did start to cry at What Is This Feeling? Because I think it hit me how good the movie was about to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Uh-huh.
that song itself was so good.
So good. Well, and also like talking about them like fighting each other, right? Like when they're like fighting over the desk or whatever, like that's giving like, oh, he likes you because he hates you. Like it's like fighting over one chair.
Yeah, they're pulling pigtails on the
Yeah.
on the playground, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
But
it's always been just this intensity of emotion around each other. Like, how do you explain that to straight people where you're just like, sometimes feelings are confusing and you don't always identify them right the first time, you know?
Yeah.
The first pass, you don't always get it right. Sometimes
Yeah. I mean,
you're gay.
true. I will say that because there is the whole like, there's a fine line between love and hate. The straight people are very familiar with that because most of the time they just hate their significant others. But
True.
no, but truly, like, I mean, you go back to like Shakespeare, Much Ado About Nothing. Like, they quarreled so much, but they realized that they were into each other. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
It makes sense.
it's yeah, it should make sense to straight people, but it won't, because even my mom was like, I thought they were just good friends, and I'm like, oh my god.
I am telling you, even some of my gay friends, I was like, because during the movie, of course, I'm like, we went to the theater with a bunch of people, and every time a gay thing would happen, I would like grab my girlfriend and be like, it's gay, it's gay.
Yeah.
And like one of our friends was behind us, and she's like, I saw you grabbing Bailey every time. Like, I don't know, I think they're just friends. I was like, don't say this shit to me. And then we watched it again, and I feel like she was like, okay, I see it. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
How
Don't
would
fight
you
it.
not see
Don't fight it. She was like, I knew you were gonna think it was gay. I'm like, yes, because it is.
Because it is.
Because I just legitimately don't understand, like, as a gay person watching it, how would you not see it? That's what I want to know. You know? Like, how do you watch these two girls
It's just so
experiencing
obvious.
this rush of unidentifiable emotion around each other, and you've already had, like, some really just intense moments of, like, seeing each other's vulnerability a little bit, you know? And then I don't know. How do you not see it? How do you not
It's
see it?
there.
Especially because, like, you take Galinda, who is obviously somebody who's very attracted to power. Like, she wants to be a Madame Morrible's class because
Oh,
she doesn't have
yeah.
it. She wants to be a Madame Morrible's class, and then she has somebody living with her who has something that she wants, has a lot of power, and she's attracted to it, and she doesn't know that, like, oh, this is not just as a friendship thing.
Mm-hmm. So true. And also, I feel like, okay, so we go from what comes after what is this feeling?
I think it is Dancing Through Life, because
Yeah.
then we go into like the,
The
Galinda tries to
Oz ballroom scene. Yeah.
which
But-
yeah,
I mean, the other thing about Fiyero showing up, which I would just like to honorable mention, Fiyero is so bisexual.
so I was wondering as I was watching it, because I don't know if you guys experienced this. Like, I identify as a lesbian, but I'm also like, understand that sexuality is fluid. Jonathan Bailey made me feel things as Fiyero.
I think it's because he's so bisexual in it.
Yeah.
He is, and he's like, I was
Mhm.
like, is there just like a term for somebody who's like, no, everybody is attracted to this one person. Like,
Yes.
every-
Jonathan Bailey.
You know what I think? You know what I think it might be? And because I'll be honest, I don't know that that I'm attracted to Jonathan Bailey in the movie, but here's what I do understand, I think, about what you're describing, Amanda. I think sometimes, like Ellie just said, like, someone can be so queer that what you assume is you're just like, man, being with them wouldn't feel straight at all. And
Oh,
like
sure.
Mhm.
that can really go a long way. That can go a long way towards getting past whatever you think your, sexuality hangups are going to be around someone's gender.
Yeah. Also,
Yes.
shout out to Jonathan Bailey for being queer IRL too, because I
Mhm.
truly don't know if there was a straight actor who would, because that it was his idea to like toy with the boys in the scene of Dancing Through Life too. And I don't know if any straight actor would have done that.
No, and it was so good.
It was.
Like God, he is so good as Fiyero.
Because of course Fiyero is, well, first of all, let's be clear. We're in the fucking magical land of Oz. Do we think that they care about labels or sexuality? Probably not.
No,
No.
clearly not. Clearly not.
And I think that can be illustrated very easily in this movie by just saying the words Bo and Yang,
True. Yeah.
right? I mean, like, the decision to gender bend a character Always A+. Also, he is not the only person in the movie who has that sort of hybrid skirt, half pant uniform thing, right? So it's like I don't know how the decision for that costuming came about, and if it was like inspired by the fact that it was a gender bent character who's like clearly supposed to be fucking gay in this movie, but like he's not the only one rocking that. There are a bunch of other characters in, like, if you look in the background of the movie, you see them everywhere. There's like people who are in this sort of like, yeah, like gender fluid androgynous like uniform outfit that I'm just like, yes, I love it.
Oh yeah.
I was super into that.
Yeah, they lean in so hard. I mean, obviously, like, he's clearly gay. That's not a should have been gay. I mean, he's like hitting on when Fiero's like comes up to him. He's like, oh my God, Fiero. But yeah, so gay. And then also, like, we've talked about this in a million other should have been gays. There's nothing gayer than like both wanting the same man.
Don't even get me started on the love triangle of it all, because I'm sorry, I still just don't buy it. I still don't buy it. It's a stand-in. I think he's the brother of every, early aughts movie, right?
I definitely think that when I was watching it and, feeling things for Jonathan Bailey, I was like, why not just throuple? Why don't we just, who says that they believe in monogamy in Oz anyway? Like, why not just throuple it up?
So true, though. He is giving bi-wife energy, but he just has multiple bi-wives.
Yes. But if we're going to talk about the throuple, can we do like a deep dive into I'm Not That Girl? Because here's what I think is interesting. I still don't buy, and no one's going to convince me otherwise, I don't buy I'm Not That Girl as a straight yearning song.
Fair.
Okay? Because let's break it down. Okay? I understand. I get the straight interpretation of these lyrics. I see what people are doing here. Let me tell you why you're wrong. Okay? Because you have this moment, right, where Elphaba is like, oh, maybe there's like more to him than meets the eye. Like, oh, I feel like to me it has always read as this moment where you're like, oh, girls should be into this, right? Sure. You meet that like the handsome, the nice, he's there to like, he's gonna help you with your revolution. He's like, into justice issue, all this stuff. Sure, fine. A great guy. You're like, this should be the guy, right? And the song is called I'm Not That Girl. I'm sorry. He could be that boy. I'm not that girl. That's the name of the song. Like, I'm not reaching here.
No.
The song is not, he's not into me. The song is, I'm not that girl. He could be that boy. I'm not that girl.
Wow, Lee, the more you scream it,
just listen to the words for a second. Listen to me, Ellie.
That girl.
I'm not that girl.
I can see the interpretation that you are saying, like, because to be fair, like the girl she's describing is Galinda, right? But is also like heteronormative girl, right? Perfect hair.
Yes.
Like, that's not me.
I'm not that girl.
Yes.
Let me say it again, Ellie.
What's the song called again?
Wait. let me read a couple, like, let's do the full sentence, right? Like, that's the girl he chose, and heaven knows I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. There's a girl I know, he loves her so. First of all, she also doesn't say she loves him so. He loves her so. I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl.
It literally doesn't even sound like words anymore, Lee.
I know. But you know what it doesn't, you know what words it especially doesn't sound like? Straight ones. Straight ones being like, why doesn't this boy want me? I'm not that girl. Everything she describes, she's like, there could be a romance with this boy, but most importantly, I am not the girl to be in a romance with this boy. I get it. I know the interpretation. I'm just telling you, she's not that girl.
Okay,
that's all.
Yes.
Okay.
Amanda, what do you think?
I agree, and I will say, first of all, wait, is I'm Not That Girl after like Popular and everything?
Yeah, you went too far.
Yeah,
you went too far.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. We brought up the throuple, and I have strong feelings about this song.
Yes,
totally fair. Yeah, can we go back?
We need to go back. I mean,
We need to go back to
I
Oz's
didn't
Ballroom.
realize we were doing these in order. That's
yes,
There's a whole story
I
here.
live for chaos.
there's a structure to this. All right, let's go back to the Ozdas Ballroom. Right on down to the Ozdas Ballroom.
We get the tricking of Elphaba to come to the Ozdas Ballroom, but to embarrass her, and then Glinda realizes what she did, and I feel like I'm reaching here, and I'm fine with it. I'm gonna reach,
Okay.
but to me, the interpretive dance,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
this vulnerable moment in front of everybody, and Galinda joining her feels like the closest thing we'll get to a sex scene.
Oh, you're not reaching. I feel like that makes yes. You're correct.
Okay.
You are correct. We're not getting any better than that, unfortunately. But it is a weird public sex scene.
Yeah,
It's
at the Ozdas
I
Ballroom.
mean, and to be fair, it's giving like it is one of the most lesbian moments in the film because it's giving like
Yeah.
Portrait of a Lady on Fire armpit sex. It's giving like, like we do get some weird ass lesbian interactions. It's giving like disobedience, spitting in the mouth. You know what I mean? Like it's giving it is in the canon with the other
We're holding space for
with
Elphaba and
the
Glinda
other
spitting in each other's
weird
mouths.
intimate moments that directors have called lesbian sex for years.
Yeah, and like the hand on the face while she's crying and like wipes
Yes.
the tear
Oh
away.
my god, it's
so
a
intimate.
lot.
It's almost like because
It's
I
so
a
intimate.
lot.
because I also have seen this film so many times. It's like too intimate to watch in public.
Yes.
Like it feels like it makes you feel like you're watching sex.
Yeah, especially in the beginning when there's no music played,
Mhm.
and you just feel like you're like, oh god, what's happening? And it's like as it becomes as not messy, but as like messy as like the first time you have sex with somebody, where it's like I don't know what I'm doing, but
Yeah.
finally we get in sync. Finally we're doing the same thing. Like
Yeah.
It's not a reach at all.
Just mirror me. Just mirror me.
Yeah.
Do what I'm
Mhm.
doing.
Exactly. Well, and it's also like I feel like if you're looking at Elphaba and Glinda, like clearly Elphaba has been around the block. She for sure seems like a more seasoned queer woman, which like makes sense also because Cynthia Erivo is so queer. Like
Yeah.
like her as Elphaba carries herself as a queer woman.
yes,
So it would make sense that she's like the elder queer who's like, it's okay. Like, here's this. It might seem a little weird to you, but like, just go with it. I promise it's
Mhm.
good.
It feels a little weird. It's very hand heavy, but like just give it a chance, you know?
yeah,
And then immediately afterwards, run out of this ballroom with me and leave your boyfriend.
yeah.
Yes.
Hug each other, run out of the ballroom, look back like you're like, there's my straightness. I'm gonna say goodbye to it,
Mhm.
and then go into popular.
Exactly.
But it's what else I love about that scene? I mean, listen, I love the Ozdas Ballroom scene. Because I think what you were saying, Amanda, before about like when you saw what is this feeling and you were like, I knew how good this movie was gonna be. I just think like I knew going in because I've been a fan of Ariana Grande on SNL for a while. Like she's funny. I knew she would be funny and I knew she had the comedy chops.
Mhm.
There were this scene especially and like some of the serious acting chops that I think I saw from her in this movie. These were the scenes that I was more surprised by.
Yeah.
But there's something so gay. There's something so gay about the story of a character who is just the laughing stock, like at everyone's expense, and the hurt that that Galinda brings to that moment,
Mhm.
of like realizing like, oh, you do care. She does care. Of course she cares what people think of her,
Yeah.
but also she's going to be true to herself. And I'm like, that's a gay story. That's gay. That's a gay story. That resonates. Like that scene, I think for queer people, that scene resonates so strongly of that experience of just finally having somebody see you and be there with you to have weird gay sex in the Ozdas Ballroom.
Yes.
You know? That's important. That's important.
Exactly.
Exactly. And then to head back to your room to sing about it.
to talk
Yeah.
all night because they don't start Popular until morning.
Mm-hmm.
And they've clearly changed out of their clothes because, sometimes things get a little wet and you need to change it to different things.
Yes.
Sometimes things ended up on the floor.
Yeah.
And, just you want something that's not wrinkled. That's all.
She takes her
Yeah,
hair
and-
down, right?
And they talk all night. They're getting to know each other and each other's trauma, which is very
Mhm.
gay.
This whole scene's so gay. It's not your fault. You're like, oh
Yeah.
my God. This is a lesbian first date. It is.
It lasts
It
so
lasts
many
so
hours.
fucking long. And by the end of it,
We
you're
talk
like,
about trauma.
we're soulmates. But then also, like, we can talk about like in Popular as well, but I'm like, just the trajectory of it where it's like, we're in love, and then you touch me for a minute, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm too gay for this. I gotta run.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yes.
Crazy. Like, it is freshman year.
Yeah.
Like, it truly is. It truly is. That
And
We sat up all night talking, but
Yeah.
then our pinkies touched, and I have to leave. I have to evacuate the room.
Mhm.
the sudden realization of what you just did, what just happened, and oh my God,
Mhm.
I'm questioning everything.
Mhm.
Yes.
I will say when we were watching Popular for the first time, and when Glinda, I think, put something around her, and they both go onto the bed sideways.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I think and I'm pretty sure other people heard me because I'm pretty sure I just turned to my girlfriend and went, gay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally, Kelsey turned to me and she was like, are they gay? She was like, is that what's happening here? Like,
Yeah.
She's like, I don't get it. She's like, so they're falling into bed together, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
right?
Yes. No, it's like, and then at one point, Glinda also like swings above
With her
With
with
legs.
her
Oh,
legs
oh,
spread,
man.
spread wide open. Yes.
It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot, that moment. Well, and plus, I mean, listen, before we talk about like the you've changed at all, I mean, you've changed after all night into like a little lingerie
Yes.
poofy teddy. Like,
Right?
it's a choice as an outfit, right? To just be like, wow, I mean, we've just been up all night talking. I should slip into something more comfortable. Okay. I guess. And then I need to, like, make sure I display the legs at face level.
Mhm.
For those who don't know the musical, like in the musical, she comes back and just does it in the same dress she was wearing to the Ozdas ballroom.
Yes.
She does Popular. So
It
They
was
don't
a
change.
choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It was really a choice. I feel like too, there were some like deleted scenes from this scene, right?
Yeah. Yes. The Don't Leave Me Behind.
Yes.
Oh, no, sorry. That's not from this, because that's from after the Lion Cub.
Oh, but it is still okay. That's what I'm
but
talking
it is in
about.
bed. It's in their bedroom. It's in bed together.
Oh, I was going to bring that up too because I just found those deleted scenes.
Yes,
but
li-
that's
Yeah.
that's
All right,
later.
that's later. That's later.
Yeah.
But I'm like, because it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back to continue what is apparently a in order breakdown of the movie.
Yes.
Deep dive.
Thank God. Because Leigh, if we miss anything, they will come for us. Okay, what do we also think about just like the concept of Popular as a song? I mean, I was talking about it earlier. Like, I feel like I loved, like, oh my God, give me a makeover, please. Girl does not care that her face looks better with like a flower. She just wants
Yeah.
Galinda to touch her.
Touch her clothes.
Sorry, but while we're talking about the face with the flower, you mean the face with the flower that Galinda is like staring longingly at, saying, "You're beautiful, pink
Pink goes good with green.
green.
Sorry, is that face with the flower that you're
Is
talking
that
about?
pink goes good with green? Is that from the musical or is that new?
That's from the musical.
Oh yeah.
That's from the musical.
I definitely had that written a lot of places in high school.
You're so gay. So gay.
And in Amanda's head, it was a green vagina every time.
Exactly. The pink of the fingers. No, I'm sorry.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. We all were thinking it. You didn't have to say it out loud. Oh God. But yes, Popular, obviously gay song. Anything else about Popular before we head into our next section.
And there is something, and like we briefly talked about, you briefly mentioned this, there is something ridiculously intimate about somebody doing your makeup.
Mm-hmm.
They are so close to your face. And if you, I've only had this happen to me once where a crush was putting on my lipstick. And I was like, this is nuts.
Mhm.
Like, you're touching
The
my
things
lips. I feel like
happening
yeah.
in my body right now.
I don't know what to do. I'm so nervous. Do I look at you? Do I not look at you? Our faces are like 6 inches apart.
Mhm.
You're touching my mouth.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's happening in my body?
yes,
What is this
I
feeling?
really do feel like as
So
a
sudden and new.
like a young gay or even like a pre-gay where I was like, oh, I just like I'm not good at it. Like I just love if you did it instead. And it's like there's a reason that I want people to do my makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's quite
So-
an
It's
intimate.
it's that touch starved gay intimacy desire.
Mhm.
And they do a full montage of Elphaba changing, I think. Right? Because has different, I mean, maybe it's just different head accessories.
They do, yeah, like different accessories and stuff.
Yeah. So they're just like having a good time playing dress up.
It is so it is so gay. My girlfriend is a thrifting gay. She loves to shop and she loves to dress me up. And this is giving it so much. Where it's like you go to a thrift store and she's like, try this, try this, try this, try this, try this. And it's like, yes, perfect. Exactly
Yeah.
what I want you to be in. I'm like, great. Great, great, great. And that's why I was Elphaba and she was Glinda. But like it's
Aw.
so gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Truly.
Dressing your girlfriend up like a little doll, gay.
Yeah.
It's so gay.
That's all that I have to say about Popular.
All right. What's next on our this is when
This goes into,
I believe
'Cause-
this is I'm Not That Girl.
because she does the toss and then they go into class and she's been Galinda-fied.
Mhm.
And then Nazis show up.
Yes.
yeah,
Sorry, I mean Oz police. What are they?
the green shirts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if they're called that. Yeah, and then we go into I'm Not That Girl.
Which Lee,
But
you've already
Lee, do you have anything to say?
Sorry, does anyone feel like maybe she's not that girl? That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, it's fine.
I would,
She's not that girl.
I would like to say one other thing about I'm Not That Girl, which is as much as you're interpreting it, Lee, as like I'm not that girl, like I am so gay, there's no way I could be that girl. I also think there's a little bit of a tinge of like wanting to be with someone or be them. Where she's like comparing herself when she's talking about Galinda.
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh.
she's so like, this girl's so perfect. Not me though. Like I feel like to me, I hear it and it's like she's comparing herself to Galinda in a way that's like, oh my God, she's the most beautiful, amazing girl in the world. Of course he would pick her instead of me. And to like,
Now, Ellie, not to ask this question that I'm about to ask, but is that maybe some projection of college experiences of being like, no, oh my God, I could never be that perfect. You're so beautiful. You're so amazing. You're so hot.
yes,
I could never.
yes.
Is there maybe some of that
You know,
tinging this reading?
for sure, but that's gay.
Yes. Yeah. No, 100%. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying, Ellie, but when you first said it, I thought you meant that Elphie wanted to be Fiero. And I was like, oh, that's a real
Oh,
thing too.
That also
That is also a real
that
thing.
also I could get behind.
yeah.
Yes.
Like yeah.
yes.
She wants that swagger of Fiero and like wants to be him and not fuck him, but also fuck Glinda.
He could be that boy. Why can't I be that boy? I could be that boy.
yes. Lee, I think Lee, that resonates with you, huh?
That would resonate with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is so
That's
it
I
has
love
so
that.
much. It has so much.
So many layers. It could be
know.
interpreted
So
so
many
many different
ways.
ways. That's
That
art.
you know what? You know what I love
Wicked
about
is
that?
art.
Because that I really love with the I wasn't born for the rose and pearl. It's very like I'm too butch vibes, you know? I'm just a little more mask and like some of us are. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It is very much
I'm not that girl.
it is very much a song. God damn it, Lee.
I'm gonna make Kelly a shirt.
It just
that
says,
says,
I'm not that
"I'm
girl.
not
But
that girl."
no one will understand the context of it. They'll be like, oh, you like Wicked? I'm like, no, it's
No,
No,
that's not
what
it.
it is. It's my like shame shirt. Next.
They're not words
No.
anymore.
What?
It's fine.
I'm dying. Wait, what actually? Okay, what comes after I'm not that girl? I can't talk about it anymore.
So the deleted scene where
Yes.
Galinda, which by the way, I just watched that scene for the first time. I was like, this is a minute long.
Hmm.
They should have fucking kept this in.
Mhm.
Because I didn't realize that was the scene that happens before they see the thing coming in from the Wizard of Oz. Or like the little
the little balloon. Yeah.
balloon. Yeah. And so just her being like, I wrote it down because first of all, the scene is called Elphaba's Promise. Because then Elphaba promises, because Galinda confronts her about being like, why did you leave me? Let me go to sleep instead of keeping me awake with Fiero. And Elphaba says, I won't leave you behind again, which also is like kind of a tee up to why she invites her onto the train for Emerald City.
Mhm.
So, you know what's funny is I saw a clip of John Chu discussing why they cut that scene.
Oh, why?
Because it's too much of a tee up. So he wanted to cut it
Oh.
because he was like, then everyone expects the come with me,
Okay, I see.
right? And so he felt like it gave away too much of like that moment between them to then be like, well, then of course she comes with her, and then of course it's like, you know, come with me in Defying Gravity and all this stuff. And so he was like, it was an incredible scene, and he's like, but I felt like it had to go because it set up this expectation of all of these moments that he's like, I wanted them to not feel like that.
Fair.
Which I do agree with. I also do think it's funny where, like, again, I mean, other than my wife, how many people on planet Earth like don't know what's coming? But you know,
Yeah.
I get it from a
But to be fair, I do
directorial
feel like a lot of people
standpoint.
didn't know what was coming, which is so surprising to me.
Yeah,
So many
wild.
people on TikTok, I feel, were like, "Oh my god, oh this, it was so crazy," or whatever, and you're like, "We knew this. We've known this for years."
Yeah.
Somebody, I think it was my girlfriend who pointed this out, and I can't remember, so I don't think Lee would know because you've only seen the German version. Ellie, was that scene of like I won't leave you behind in the musical too?
I don't know.
Does anybody
I don't
remember?
remember.
All right, if you know the answer to this, let us know.
Yes, please let us know. I don't know. Like, and I've seen, because I have seen it live twice,
Mhm.
but I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
But I also do feel like that scene, even though, like, okay, it got cut, let's just talk a little bit about the scene, because part of it, when we talk about the love triangle, I feel like the first, like, instinct, right, is like these two women are going to be pit against each other because of this man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point of the scene is she's like, I don't really give a shit that you went with my boyfriend.
Mhm.
Why didn't you go with me?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's so gay.
It's gayer that
It's
way.
so gay.
It's so much gayer.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't care that you were alone with my boyfriend, but why'd you pick him over me?
How dare you?
Yeah.
I would have done that with you.
Mhm. It's like,
Although, would she have?
no.
But this goes back to just like Galinda's white woman
Yes.
Fox News host attitude. But
Dead. Everyone
so
the also, it's like so interesting because I feel like there's been so much discourse too about like because they made Elphaba black, which like doesn't usually happen in the stage version.
Mhm.
Like changed
Yeah.
so much about the movie.
Casting a queer black Elphaba, whew, what a choice. What a beautiful,
So
beautiful
good.
choice.
yeah.
And I mean, I have seen the discussions about, like, obviously I think there's a lot of minorities represented in the character of Elphaba and in the whole struggle for animal rights in the story and stuff. And so I've seen a lot of discussions about the, like, going from Idina Menzel as a Jewish woman playing Elphaba to Cynthia Erivo as a queer black woman playing Elphaba, and like just the range of things in there. But I think, yeah, I mean, I feel like a queer black actress in that role is
Incredible.
So good.
in the current landscape of the world right now.
That's why I think that, and this might be off topic as being gay, but I think that part 2 is going to come out at a very interesting
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And especially because I'm like, are people going to remember the thing that I'm excited for to come out? Because I mean, obviously the whole show is about propaganda and like,
Mhm.
but like I remembered recently because I was listening to the soundtrack. I was like, I forgot that what opens up Act 2 is like, thank goodness.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and when Madame Morrible comes up and tells like the own retelling of what happened with the wizard and how like Glinda was there,
Mhm.
like on purpose, and but then the Wicked Witch came in, and I'm like, this is gonna be nuts
Mhm.
coming
Yeah.
out in its current political landscape.
One of my favorite things I saw about the second half is someone who posted like a meme that they made, and it was like when Wicked Part 2 drops and it's all about like the propaganda, the wizard being like a just
Fascist.
like fascist blind
powerless,
dictator,
yeah.
like all of this stuff. And it's that meme where it's like the people like turning and like looking over their shoulder and they're like, is this fucking movie about us?
Yep.
And I was just like, yes, that's what's gonna happen. And what was funny is like, I mean, to be fair, I know I'm making fun of Kelsey not knowing a lot about Wicked, but like my best friend's husband also saw Wicked, and I don't think he'd ever even seen The Wizard of Oz. Like he knew nothing about
Oh.
any of this. And so what he knows about Wicked is like popular and all this stuff. And then he goes to see this movie, and then he like posted something about it on his Instagram where he was like, so as someone who knew nothing about Wicked, like, is this really kind of like more anti-fascist than I like expected that story to be? And I was
Yes.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually. Good job. Good. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
They
That's kind of what
literally-
it's about.
Dr. Dillerman is like, they need someone to blame.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's why she becomes the whole face of who they need to blame.
Yeah. So I think it's fun watching people go on that journey of discovery, kind of like personally I do enjoy the journey of discovery for like when the whole, like we're holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity happened, and I was like, straight people, what you're experiencing is your first gay fanfiction breakup feelings, and like we're here for you. We've all been there, cuz like there is nothing that I love more unironically than straight people like if you explain to a straight person that Wicked is fan fiction, they have like a journey with that discovery, right? And I'm like, that's what it is. Like, that, right? I'm like, he wrote a Wizard of Oz fan fiction,
Yeah.
and it was kind of gay, which like feels right,
Mhm.
Yeah.
quite honestly. And so what you're watching is like, oh, it's a breakup. You're watching Defying Gravity, and you're sad because my
Because your
my
couple is breaking
my
up.
little girlies are breaking
Mhm.
up, and like, yeah, we've all been there. It's okay.
It's a
We've all had these moments,
I think that it was kind of exciting for me as someone who's been watching this, has known about the show for like over 20 years now, to watch people slowly start to clock how gay Elphaba and Galinda were on TikTok. And like, because I have always been somebody, and I did this during the sing along, but in one short day, we're skipping ahead here.
Yes.
In one short day, when they go, we're just two friends,
Two good friends.
two best friends.
Two best friends.
I always sing, and I did this, just two friends, two best friends, two girlfriends.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I saw somebody do that on TikTok, and I was like, yes.
Yes. I mean, it's so true.
Yes.
It's like every time they're
Yeah.
saying it, they're saying it with quotation marks.
Yes.
Like,
And it's like, so like, I'm always imagining it like a very like, just two friends, two good friends, two best friends.
yes.
Yeah, it is that lyric, like it's so pointed, because I'm like, what gay person hasn't done that? Like, oh, we're just good friends.
We're just friends.
We're just friends.
Good
just best
besties.
friends.
I just
It's
love you.
like,
Yeah,
that
I just want to
is-
spend every day with you. Let's move here. Let's live together.
Yeah. They're picking out a green apartment.
Mhm.
Look, I will say, when I was in love with my best friend in college,
Mhm. Yep. All been there.
we were, it was a cast party because we were theater kids, and we were very drunk, and she was very affectionate drunk, and she was kissing the side of my face. And I accidentally turned and leaned into it, and so we kissed. And then we had a dude who was like across from us who just went hot. And then I turned to him and I went, "We're just friends." So, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right.
That sounds right. Also, listen, not to skip over One Short Day.
Don't.
Because I'm not. I want to say about One Short Day a very important thing, which is that I think it's very funny as we talk about how gay this movie is to have their first date last just one short day. Okay,
Well,
it wasn't that long. It was only one short day. Okay,
Heavy
our
quotes.
first date lasted a whole day, but like it was just one short day.
It's a
That's how
weekend
long
getaway.
lesbians' first dates
Wait.
last.
Before we get into that, though, did you guys see the deleted scene of the train to Emerald City?
I think I might have, but refresh our memory.
It's just, there's no dialogue. It's just them on the train, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And I understand why they cut it, because when you see the shot of the wide of like the train station to Emerald City, it looks like it's going to be like a 20-minute train ride. But I'm going to just show you screenshots. And
Okay,
I mean,
we'll
granted,
paint a word picture.
this isn't good. So this first picture is Galinda just truly laying over
Oh my
Elphaba's lap asleep.
Oh,
like a cat.
Just fully laying over her lap asleep. And then at one point they go into a tunnel to like get into the Emerald City, and everything goes dark, but Galinda is like fully asleep on her shoulder. And not in a way that a friend would be.
no.
No,
But hold on.
it's like face and neck. Like
It's face
you can,
and neck.
You can lean
And
on
then
your
it gets-
friend's shoulder.
It gets
you can, like,
green.
Yeah, you can lean on your friend's shoulder, but like you lean on the shoulder. You lean outer shoulder
This
when
is-
it's a friend.
This is the face of somebody who's like, yeah, this is gay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So-
this is like face in neck, face touching cheek.
No, that's giving, because for our listeners, Elphaba's eyes are so wide open while Galinda is laying on her.
Is like
in
cheek into
yeah, face
neck.
into neck.
Shh.
That is also
Yeah.
gay panic. That is like, I'm awake right now. I can't move because I don't
Yeah.
want to disturb this beautiful moment that I'm having. And when she wakes up, she might not be back on my shoulder again.
Yeah. So I encourage you to go watch the Train to Emerald City, because it's just them on the train doing different things, looking at maps and everything. But then there's just like so many, and there's a point where Elphaba is asleep on Galinda too, but she's got like her back to her with the hat over her face. But like every time that Galinda's asleep, it's on top of Elphaba.
That the one with her sprawled out, like that's giving like me and my girlfriend have taken quite a few plane trips. And I feel like it's giving like you're trying to get comfortable with your girlfriend on a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, this isn't that
Oh,
comfortable, but like
yeah.
I need to be touching you. Like this is probably not the best way for me to sleep, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
Yeah.
That's
That is so crazy. I have definitely not seen those.
Okay. So and then we go into Emerald City, One Short Day, where they spend one short day.
And also, but also like, okay, everyone in the Emerald City is also so gay. Like for me, this is giving like we went into the big city, like we're in New York, and like there's a gay hair salon, right? Like everyone in the hair salon, gay as hell, right?
Yeah.
Like it's so flamboyant. And it's giving like, oh my God, I've never seen this many gay people in my life. We could live here.
Exactly. It's so that like we could hold hands finally and
Mhm.
nobody would notice. Like that kind of I'm in the big city. Yeah, you're right. It is.
It gives it so much. It gives it
Yeah.
so much. Also, I mean, I don't know how gay this is, but we obviously have to talk about the Adina and Kristen cameo.
cameo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I read so much just specifically Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth fan fiction too. I was a very big shipper of them, and I'm trying to remember what their ship name was. If it was Chenzel, I think it was Chenzel because it's
Yeah,
Chenoweth and
That
Menzel.
would make sense. That feels like something people would do.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was I didn't get spoiled on that, thankfully. So when they came up, I gasped.
I also didn't get spoiled on that, and I was like, fuck yes. Like, of course, but it's also like, I don't know why we wouldn't have thought that would happen. But for some reason, I feel like they really got us.
Yeah.
Well, there was a rumor for a while that people were like, Idina Menzel's going to make a cameo. Idina Menzel's going to make a cameo. And everybody thought that she was going to be Dr. Dilliman for some reason. That was a rumor that was circulating.
No,
What?
Because I remember hearing that and being like, I don't know, guys.
that feels not right. Also, shout out to making Peter Dinklage Dr. Dilliman. That made me laugh so hard. I was like, this is
Yeah.
like his voice coming out of that was so funny to me.
I mean, the whole, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yes.
There was a lot happening.
We didn't talk about something bad. It's not gay.
I mean,
There's nothing
that's-
gay
No.
in that.
No.
well, there's the gay, like, you know, fascists coming for the queers
True.
and minorities, but like otherwise, yeah.
Anything else about One Short Day before we head into the actual wizards?
Until we start to defy. Oh no, wait, not yet.
Well,
not
because
defy
there's
gravity yet.
there's some shit in the like in this whole wizard thing where like he's like, your girlfriend can come too.
Oh
Yeah. Well, maybe one thing I do want to talk about in One Short Day is just that scene where they're walking arm in arm
Mhm.
because shit's gay.
Yeah,
Gay.
It's-
Baby gay.
something that it's like I will say there was a very specific time in my life when I did go to New York City, and I was with a friend and we decided to hold hands, and while there was no romantic feelings, she did come out as a lesbian later. So
That's all it takes.
Exactly.
That's all it takes. That's how we get you.
Hold-
That's actually the agenda we don't want you to know about.
come to New York, we'll hold
Yeah.
hands.
The city turned me gay. I mean, to be fair, quite a few straights, quote unquote, have walked into New York City and then become gay.
But anyway,
Yes.
wizard.
I mean, why? Like the fact that Elphaba brought Galinda in general is just like, I'm doing a really scary thing and I need my girlfriend there.
Emotional
I
support
feel like-
girlfriend.
I feel like it was giving me vibes of like, I don't know, maybe like going to like the gyno. with
I
your
knew you were
girlfriend
gonna
or
say that, and I was trying not to bring it up, Lee.
I'm just saying it gives me vibes of like something like
I
that.
did.
That's
I
all.
went to the gyno with my girlfriend. Okay, that's how it is.
That's fair.
She needed
I
emotional
mean,
support.
And you know better than anyone
Exactly.
what everything is going on. down there.
Exactly. It did feel
Honestly, if my girlfriend could do my pap smear, I'd probably be more
like
comfortable.
right. It'd be so much easier. No, but I was laughing. I was like, "Is this what a threesome would feel like?" Where you're just like in, you're just like in.
You're just holding her hand while somebody's down there.
Yeah. It's okay. Breathe through it. You got this.
I'm here for you.
You got this.
You're like, my turn next. I get down there.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I trying to get a pap smear or am I trying to
Now
get
you
a pap
do me,
smear? I don't know.
and I'll do. Wait, what's,
Yeah, I don't
who's
know what
next?
I'm doing in this scenario, but either way, we're trading.
I'm pretty sure that porn exists, but go on.
Yeah,
But yes, Lee, it's a scary thing, and sometimes you need emotional support, and this is what it
It's
gives.
It's a scary thing, and sometimes you just need your girlfriend in a little pink outfit that kind of has like a vagina on the front of it to just be looking at you deeply in the eyes and say, "You can do.
You can do anything.
anything. You can do anything," because she believes in you. That's just what you need sometimes. That's all. I know it's not the green vagina that we're all picturing, Amanda. It's pink. It's a pink one. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I hate Sentimental Man. There's nothing gay about it, but I just hate that song.
That's fair.
Well,
I'm pretty sure I've
that's
gone
fair.
to the bath since I've seen it 4 times in theaters. I think that was one of the times I went to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't watch it.
I was like,
think
Defy
that's
Gravity's
allowed.
coming up. I gotta get ready for it.
Mhm.
You don't want to be uncomfortable during it, you know?
Also, I also tried to avoid the and this isn't anything to do with the homosexuality, but that monkey transformation scene hits so much harder when it's not actors in monkey costumes.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in the play. Oh, that was so hard to watch.
Mhm.
And the first time I watched that, I was like, I don't want to watch this part again.
Mhm. Oh, well, I have to say about the gay part about that. We haven't really even talked about like Elphaba as an animal rights activist. Like how on the nose
Oh, sure. That's true.
can you be? Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's not like that's a stereotype that lesbians haven't had for years.
Yeah. We really have like the liberal activist girlfriend with the Republican blonde hair girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. 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 It's wild. The animal rights activist. And then we go to I mean, is there anything about magic that we want to talk about being gay?
I mean, they are both witches, and I feel like it should be said because we all know magic is gay and witches are gay. And that is just a fact. That is a scientific fact that no one can argue with.
She's good with her hands.
Yeah,
Is that
it's good.
gay?
And then should we head into the big climax?
They have a wand because sometimes
Yes.
couples need that.
Yeah, but let's be clear. Glinda doesn't really know how to use the wand.
Yeah.
Well, she's learning. She's learning.
Also,
It's her
wait,
first time.
I will say, Glinda's a pillow princess, right?
Oh,
Oh,
for
yeah.
That's
sure.
pretty clear.
For
Yes.
sure.
Glinda's like, no, I can do the magic this time. I promise, honey, I can do it. Let me try.
Mhm.
Just let me try. It's not working. Let me try
I know.
again.
Do we think that's a little bit of like weaponized incompetence? She's like, well,
Mm.
just let me
Oh,
do it.
maybe. Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
She's like, oh no, I can't do it. You do it.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
It's just better when you wear it. I mean, do it. What are we talking about? What's happening?
She's like, I'm trying to get into the class. They just won't let me in.
Yeah.
I need a private tutor.
Also, we haven't even talked about Madame Morrible. Like, that bitch is gay.
Some of the touching that she was doing of Elphaba, I was like, this is
It's a lot.
inappropriate.
It's a
Mhm.
lot.
I was like, because I was like watching it today, and she like literally does like hand on top of hand, but then like one finger
Yeah.
across the back across the back of her hand, and I was like,
I feel like it really minimizes how creepy that is. The fact that like Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are far, far older than these characters are supposed to be.
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Because it doesn't look as creepy as I feel like it should. Right? I'm like, I get it. You're not 18. It doesn't look like an older professor. Yeah, sort of weirdly touching like a young student. It's still weird though.
in her private seminar. Although I
Yeah.
will say that I think that I would probably have a crush on Madame Morrible.
Oh, of course.
So
I mean,
and to be fair, Galinda
does.
yeah,
does have that.
yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
And there's nothing more painful than like every time your older crush comes around and she's like, you suck. She's like, I don't believe in you.
She's like, I guess I'll give you this chance. I don't see why I have to. Oh, yeah. Poor
It's
Glinda.
so rough. Okay, but we get into Defying Gravity, right? And
The breakup.
the breakup. So what do we think about this?
I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now. Well, first of all, can I just say cinematically, the like chase up like in the balloon and then up the stairs, fucking cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, thank you, John Chu, for being like, you know what, we could do some really cool shit with this, and I'm very excited to see what he does with other things as a result. But
But yes, okay, so I feel like there's been so much discourse about defying gravity because this is like the political part of it, right? Where it's like Cynthia Erivo's like, I can't be a part of the system. Like, I'm
Yeah.
out. And Galinda's
Mhm.
like, I wish I could go with you. I'm so gay. I love you so much. And I'm just like too in the system that I can't do
she's
it.
definitely the person who's like, maybe I can change it from the inside, but like
Yeah.
can't.
Mhm.
She's too.
It never works, Galinda. It never works. Wait, sorry, have we talked about the name change yet? Because we also a little bit skipped over that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
A little chosen name queer storyline. Like
And
we're
well, yeah,
into
chosen
it.
name and also performative activism.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Where she's just like,
Glinda.
Glinda put a
Glinda's
black
chosen
square.
name is a black
Yep.
square on Insta. Oh
Absolutely.
My God.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Yes.
Elphaba's the real activism, and then
So
Galinda's
true.
the white lady activism.
Exactly. Exactly. But it's like also so heart-wrenching because you see how much in this moment Galinda's like, I wish I could get on that room with you. And she just can't.
She gives her the like longest cape in the world, the
Mhm.
growing cape that she needs to style her before she goes.
I know she's like, one last time, let me dress you, baby.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm out. But it is like the way those two do this scene is so good.
Yeah, it's very much it's like girlfriends frustrated with each other, but know that it has to end here.
Mm-hmm.
It's an kind of amicable breakup. It's a breakup of circumstance because of
Yes. Well, and I think
circumstance.
too, it's like it's sort of it's crazy because it comes right after One Short Day, really, right? Where in Galinda's mind, she's like, "We're gonna live here. We're gonna be girlfriends. Everything's gonna be great and perfect."
You're gonna work for the wizard
Yes.
because the wizard is great.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then it's like, okay,
I'm gonna be your hot arm candy.
because the wizard
Yeah.
literally says, he's like, I'll do anything to keep you here. And we also have to say, like, Madame Morrible is like, Galinda, you're the one who can keep. Like, they all
Yeah,
know the only thing that's keeping her there is Galinda. At all.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's the only chance they
For
have,
sure.
but like, it's not enough.
she has to go. She has to go stop Elphaba because she'll listen to Galinda, but she won't listen to the other two.
It's like, I'm gonna give you all the money in the world. I'm gonna put you up with your girlfriend. You can have a nice little cute lesbian life. And Galinda's like, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and she's like, why are you fucking this up? Like, we could literally be hooking up every night in this beautiful castle.
Mhm.
And Elphaba's like,
We could.
I'm an activist. I gotta go.
Hold on. I gotta go to the lyrics of Defying Gravity real quick.
Leave space.
Because what did she say? Just say you're sorry. You could still be with the wizard. What you've worked and waited for. You can have all you ever wanted. Why did I thought they said we could have all we ever wanted, and I just realized it's you can have all we ever wanted.
It's because you're gay.
that's it. Yeah,
It's because you're reading between those lines.
that's true. That's
okay?
true. I will say too. I did have just to add to my Wicked lore is you know how you put senior quotes in the yearbook in high school.
Mhm.
Mine was a Wicked quote.
Which one?
So it was I'm through accepting limits because someone says they're so. Some things you cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know.
That's good.
Snaps. Snaps for that.
What also are the gayest lyrics in Defying Gravity? Those lyrics?
I'm through accepting
Yeah.
limits because someone says they're so.
That's it.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game.
This whole song, right? It's like also just like thinking of the Galinda and Elphaba of it all, but it's also like Elphaba's self-discovery
Yeah.
of
She-
like
yeah.
like I live outside the system, like I don't fit in, and I'm okay with it.
I know this word has been completely bastardized by the right, but this is like her awakening. She's become woke. She sees the system for what it truly is, and now she's like, I gotta fight this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and I've seen Cynthia Erivo talk about it as also a queer anthem, basically
That makes sense,
saying
yeah.
that like
Mhm.
to her, she was also thinking of her own queerness.
Yeah.
Can I tell you the whole holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity? Like, have you seen the original interview clip that came from? So it is a queer interviewer talking like from a queer site interviewing them, specifically saying like I've been hearing from queer people that they're holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity. And Cynthia Erivo's like, wow, like gets really choked up because she's like, wow, I didn't know that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I feel like it became this spin-off meme that everyone was like, we're holding space for the lyrics. But I'm like, but that all happened because of this like really powerful, touching moment that Cynthia Erivo experienced of realizing that like queer people were holding space for a queer message in a queer song in this queer ass musical.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I just think we need to, hold some space in that.
I know.
Also, very funny if you look up the clip of Ariana Grande on whatever show she's on, where she talks about how she had no idea what was happening in that whole moment.
And then she took the
The
finger.
pinky. Yeah, yes. Yes.
Yeah. So funny. So funny. No, but it is. It's a gay song. It's a gay song to be like, I don't have to live by society's rules. I don't have to be who society wants me to be. Like, I'm going to live my own. I'm going to be free.
You're gonna trust your instincts, close your eyes, and leap.
Exactly.
Yes. Exactly. I'm flying free. Like that's
And you can't
This
pull
is
me
You
down.
know what's so
down.
funny to
Yeah.
me too? This is like it's giving Let It Go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, there's
The parallels
the
are
fact
there.
that I'm on both Frozen and this, they're very similar.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
We love that Idina Menzel is down for
A gay anthem.
a queer coded.
Mhm.
Anthem at all times.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I know we're also
accurate,
running
so
like
accurate.
so long on time, but
Yes. I think if people didn't expect this episode to be 3 hours long, that's on them.
We're gonna go the entirety of the runtime.
yeah,
of
the
movie.
runtime of Wicked.
yeah.
You can actually listen to this as a companion piece while you're watching the film.
Incredible.
I do want to talk. Do we feel good about the film itself and the gayness? Because I want to talk really quickly about the press tour as we sort of have like led into that.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do it.
I think because everything else, I mean, that's the end of the movie, and then we get into part 2, which is
Which
gonna be
Which
wild.
we will
be
be back
back.
for.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
beat by beat.
Open invite, Amanda, for Wicked for Good
Mhm.
Yay.
whenever we get there.
Which also, what a choice. The press tour. Like, I don't want to, we're not going to put, I don't know how to say this.
You don't want to get
I
canceled.
don't want to
hear
get
ya.
canceled. And also, are
Okay.
Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo fucking?
Incredible.
I'll cut that from the
Incredible.
episode, but really.
You won't, and you
Well,
know it.
But here's the thing: is that it's like they're such theater kids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're such theater kids. So like, and as the law has said, if you're a theater kid, you're probably queer in some way.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if something happened there.
Or either way, like they just have such an intimate friendship that like is
Yeah.
giving queer friendship.
Didn't Ariana Grande say that she does think that Glinda is queer?
Yeah, and so did Kristen
Did
Chenoweth.
she? In which one?
Oh, really? Kristen Chenoweth also said that?
Christian Chenoweth would.
She's like, I love the gays.
Yes.
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 Yeah. And they're both correct because she is.
But I also feel like it's like I ship them. Whatever is happening there, even their friendship, whatever. Like I feel like the straight people were like, what's going on? This is so weird. Like the way they act with each other, like what the it's like so silly and crazy. And I'm like, it's gay.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Yeah.
queer friendship, but they happen to be stuck on a press tour. So it's like when Ariana's like, I had no clue what happened there. I'm like, yeah, because whenever you're around Cynthia, you just act gay.
You're just in this bubble.
Like it seems
you
like the
become
two, the
gay.
two of them are just in this like weird bubble where like they just can't stop crying. Like, and I get it, like, cause
Yeah. Crying and hugging and yeah. It's a lot.
Cynthia Erivo's like, whenever Ariana gets overwhelmed, she just needs physical touch. Like she's like, I know her love languages.
That is.
She
Yeah.
said it. She literally said that. She's
That's
like, she just
very
needs to
girlfriend
be-
coded.
Yeah, like I know her love languages. She's like, let me take care of you, honey. Like, even if they are in a platonic situation, which like I'm not trying to get canceled. They're in a platonic situation. There are some
Yeah.
queer undertones to the platonicness of that relationship.
I agree.
Love it. Love.
And we
Um,
are definitely not the only ones to make that assumption as well.
No.
So
No.
I want to say one other thing, just because I feel like we haven't spent quite enough time on the Wicked fanfiction world. I do just want to say, if you have not read Wicked fanfiction, do yourself a favor. Find some. It's great. I want to talk a little bit about why I think these characters and all this stuff, like besides everything that we've just covered kind of already. But listen, I'm like, you're going to give me enemies to lovers with like all these queer themes and all these like just queer undertone messaging
witches.
and it's witches and like you think that fanfiction's not going to be insane. It's great.
Honestly,
Great.
if somebody were to almost like Twilight / 50 Shades, if someone were to write a fan fiction about what we've already discussed, Wicked being a fan fiction,
Yes.
and make that into the
Yes.
story, because you could truly just take the exact same trajectory of Wicked, but if you just made them gay and into each other,
Mhm.
would read it.
Would read 100%. Can I tell you sometimes, as someone who does read a lot of like queer romance novels, like lesbian romance novels, do you ever read a romance novel and just be like, what was the fan fiction? What was the couple that this was a fan fiction of first? Like sometimes there's just a vibe where you're like, I can't quite tell, but I have a feeling. I have a suspicion. This story started as a fic. Which fandom was it?
Honestly, I love that. And I think more people should lean into
There
that.
are a decent number that started that way, I'll tell you what.
I know, it's cool.
Well, this is like the most successful fanfic in the world. So,
Yes.
fanfickers
Especially now after the box office.
keep going.
Props to Gregory Maguire, who literally made his whole career out of writing fan fiction, like of things that were just in the public domain by the time he wrote them. You know?
Yeah, true.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's all he did. He just wrote fanfic, and I'm like, honestly, genius, bravo.
And it
Bravo,
brought
well
us
done.
to this moment. All right. Well, which characters are we shipping? Who could it be?
It's Galinda and Madame Morrible for me.
Ooh,
It's hashtag
horrible.
Gelfie.
Horrible.
Yes.
Well, what about what is the Galinda's friend who's not Bo and Yang? What is her name?
Shen Shen. There's Fanny and Shen Shen.
Okay, because isn't that actress in real life queer?
Oh, is she? I don't know.
I could
Now
be
we gotta
wrong.
Look it up.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I could be very wrong. But what if we shipped her with Nessa Rose?
Yes. Also, we did not talk enough about Nessa, but I can't even get into it right now. Like, girl never defended her
Look,
sister.
Oh no, yeah. Me and my girlfriend will now just like anytime we're like asking each other questions, we'll just go, yeah, yeah. like the
Yes,
little
yes, when
girl,
she's-
Nessa
yeah,
Rose.
when
It's
she's-
so cute.
When she's reading the story or whatever.
Oh, wait, hold on. I found a list. I mean, literally everyone in this movie is gay.
Makes sense.
So, yes, Bronwyn James, who plays Shen Shen,
Yes.
also gay. Bowen Yang, obviously. Cynthia Erivo, obviously. Jonathan Bailey, obviously. Marissa, who plays
Yes.
Nessa.
Oh
gay.
yeah, she has a girlfriend. I've seen her
Yeah.
TikToks.
Incredible. Apparently, the voice of Dulcibert, also queer.
Get the fuck out, Dulcibert.
Oh, Del's the
No.
bear.
Yeah,
Queer icon.
Also,
love it.
yeah.
Just a gay movie.
It's
It's a gay movie. The
All right, and
movie
we know,
is
but
gay.
we know the main ship, Galphie, Glinda, and Elphaba. We don't need to
Hashtag-
make a new ship name.
If-
There's no
If you watch Wicked and you're not shipping Gelfie, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
exactly.
Correct.
All right, we can all agree Wicked should have been gay.
Should have been gay.
Absolutely.
All right.
It kind of is gay.
It is gay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're gonna head into our Q and gay. We're gonna ask you some multiple choice questions. You ready?
Q and gay.
Number 1, who is the gayest in Wicked? A. Elphaba, B. Galinda, C. Fiero, or D. Madame Morrible?
I don't know why my mind says Madame Morrible.
I knew you would. That's why I threw it in there.
Okay, we gotta go back. We'll redo the whole episode. We're starting from the top.
When Madame Morrible
Break
was
down
just a
every
young
Madame Morrible
girl,
moment.
her and the head chistress had a fling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I bet they did.
Mhm.
She's just an old lesbian looking for power.
Mhm.
Chorable.
Sucking the life out of the young
Um,
lesbians.
Yeah.
Question 2, Amanda. Pick a Galinda outfit. A, the Ozdas ballroom dress. B, that pinstripe skirt suit. C, the nightie in Popular. Or D, the pink vagina jacket.
I gotta go with the nightie in Popular. I really like the shoulder
Yeah.
flowers that it
Mhm.
had.
It's a great outfit. Iconic.
Yeah.
All right, question number 3. What did you most get into? A, the book, B, the musical, or C, the movie?
The musical.
Mm.
I mean,
I'm
originally.
curious to see how the votes go on that one, because I bet that's going to be popular.
I mean, I really
Popular.
like the movie now, but that's what I got into at first. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
is that what am I into now?
Well, what did
or-
you get? No, what
No,
did you
what-
get the
Okay.
most into? I think
Okay.
yeah, I think you're right. It's hard because like I went hard for the movie, but also like I was singing those songs for years. So
Yeah.
like
I know,
there's
I
not
went
enough
hard-
time to be as into the movie as I ever was into the musical. It's just like length of time.
I went hard for the movie, obviously, with my all of the things that I bought. But you know what I did not buy at all? The soundtrack. I still listen to the original Broadway
Ooh.
cast.
Wow. Hot take, hot take.
So
That would have been a fun question. Which soundtrack? That's a good one.
sorry.
Question 4. How many times have you seen the movie? A, 1. B, 2 to 5. C, 5 to 10. Or D, I Live Under a Rock.
2 to 5 would be
answer.
Respectable answer.
Final question. What's the gayest song in Wicked? A, Defying Gravity. B, Loathing. C, I'm Not That Girl. Or D, Popular.
Loathing. It's Loathing.
Yes, I was like reading.
But she's not that girl, Amanda.
I'm not that girl.
I'm not
that
girl.
That girl.
I'm not.
Ellie's gonna have PTSD.
I'm gonna be
from this
literally like
episode,
in the
and I
middle of
apologize.
the night. I'm gonna wake up and be like, I'm not that girl.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for doing this to you. It's just that she's not.
I
that
know
girl.
it's okay.
That's fine.
And with that, we have concluded this episode. Thank you so much, Amanda.
We still came in under the movie runtime.
barely. Thank you so much. Is there anything you want to tell our listeners, any projects you have coming up, and also where they can find you online?
Yeah, you can find me doing all the stuff over at Fruity TV on YouTube, Fruity.Productions on Instagram. But yeah, stay tuned to Fruity Productions. We're on hiatus right now through the end of February, but we're going to be posting again soon. And then also, hopefully, you'll see on that channel, we're gonna try to make. I've gotten really into indie television, so we're gonna try to make 6 episodes of a TV show this year.
That's super exciting.
That's gonna
Yay.
be queer leads. So stay tuned for
Amazing.
that.
And you can also find Amanda back here in however many months until For Good comes out.
For our
Talking about
next
Wicked Part 2. For our
Yeah.
next installment of Wicked.
For our third
On
installment
Lez Hang
of
Out.
Wicked. Should have been gay.
In 2026.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Amazing. This was so fun.
Yeah, it was good to talk to you guys. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Let me hear you say hip, 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 wicked.
We love hearing from you and building community, so we want to shout out some of our favorite things each episode. Now, on Instagram, I like to shout out at chuchis.poochies, who said it's really rare that we get a show where lesbians don't die. And yes, you're correct. It's fucked up, and it is very rare. Also like to say a welcome back to our no context posts on Blue Sky. Somebody posted no contest post for the Agatha All Along episode, including a gravestone that said, I love being lesbian, and a lot of really amazing things. If you want to check that out, go to our Blue Sky. You can see the no context post. We've retweeted that. As always, I want to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons, Mark Foster,
Lizette Stye,
Adi Benitez,
Sophia Phillips,
and Armani Gucci.
and our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen.
And Andrea Doucette, thank you so much for supporting us. We could not make the show without you.
Remember, you can also find us on all social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, and TikTok at Lez Hang Out Pod.
You can email us at lezhangoutpod@gmail.com.
You can check out our website at lezhangoutpod.com.
Whatever app you use for podcasts, make sure you subscribe so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop.
We also have videos going up on our YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe at youtube.com/lezhangoutpod to catch them.
Lez Hang Out is an independently produced show hosted by us with audio production by me. Our production assistant is Kristen Murison, and other podcasting shenanigans by Lee Holmes Foster.
If you want to help support the podcast, there's a couple ways you can do that. The first is to leave us a rating and a review on whatever app you use to listen to podcasts. It helps new people find the show.
And if you want to support us on Patreon, it's the best way to support us and make sure we can pay our tiny little crew at bit.ly/lespatreon. We also offer all kinds of bonus episodes for you, so you get all kinds of fun Lez Hang Out content.
If you want to buy some Lez Hang Out merch and deck yourself out in all the Lez goodness, you can find all of our new designs and new items up on our store at our website or at bit.ly/lesmerch. We will have new things going up as we take advantage of all these new things that we can make now because we're having fun.
And remember, we have a queer production company making queer podcast musicals with guaranteed happy endings. You can find everywhere at $beanprod.
And you can check out our website at dollarbeanproductions.com.
You can listen to all the episodes of our first show, The Flame, on any podcasting app, and our second show, Journey to the Heart, also on any podcasting app.
And if you want to help support us in making more musicals, you can join our Patreon at bit.ly/dollarbeanpatreon.
If you want to follow us individually, you can follow me on all the social medias at Ellie Brigida.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at LSH Foster.
With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee.
And
let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
From the podcast that brought you to each of the last lesbian bars in the country and back in time through the sapphic history that shaped them, comes a brand new season of cruising beyond the bars. This is your host, Sarah Gabrielli, and I've spent the past year interviewing history-making lesbians and queer folks about all kinds of queer spaces, from bookstores to farms to line dancing and much more.
For 11 years, every night women slept illegally on the common.
We would move down to the West Indies to form a lesbian nation.
Meg Kristen coined the phrase women's music, but she would have liked to say it was lesbian music.
And that's kind of the origins of the Comedy River Collective.
You can listen to Cruising on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes air every other Tuesday starting February 4th.